Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a quick update announcement question for you guys. With the upcoming release of Rome Total War Remastered, which I actually thought released at the end of last month, not end of this month. Yeah, I messed up. So this was originally me sitting down here, was like, oh yeah, let's record a new Rome game. Because I actually have a new PC, so everything's newly set up and everything like that. Well, I say it's set up. It's not set up yet. I was literally going to be doing the recording to avoid doing the work of getting things set up properly. But I can't do that, because the game's not out yet. Which is why you can see that I'm in Rome Total War. I think it's actually the Collector's Edition on Steam, because I've obviously the Steam version because it's easiest to get onto the new computer. Also for the update, I'm hoping, with current situation for me, to be able to start coming back to making some videos. I don't know how I'm going to be making them yet or what sort of order I'm going to be in, but I know that Rome Total War Remastered is something I'm going to want to play. I much prefer playing when I'm recording, so hopefully it ends up coming out to you guys. Worst case scenario, I'm going to record to myself. But the games which I'm going to want to try and get back, I am going to finish the XCOM game, regardless. We're going to get it finished. If it takes me a decade, it's getting finished. I say that, I'm hoping it's still on the old computer because it's a complete new computer, not just any new parts. I gave up on the idea of just slowly upgrading that one and, new system. So hopefully I've still got the old save game. I'm assuming I can port that over. So one of the games that I'm going to be wanting to do is obviously Rome, XCOM, City Skylines, Pondopocalypse. I want to make a playback of that, but I want to do a regular game or some sort of fixing games. I like the problem-solving aspect when it comes to City Skylines, but starting the city can be pretty boring, and you end up with like making a sort of the same thing over and over again before you can get into building how you want. So I was thinking about going and looking on the Steam Workshop for some large cities and maybe doing individual videos on each one of them, maybe trying to optimize them just to get me used to the game mechanics again, so that when I go back to Pondopocalypse that I can actually know what I'm doing instead of running around like a headless chicken. So Rome, XCOM, City Skylines. I would love to get back to Crusader Kings 3, but they released the character creator now, so my custom character is obviously very overpowered. I didn't even know what the traits were because it was my first game, so I just sort of clicked on everything, and with the exception of Giant, I think I just picked like outright brilliant traits, which I shouldn't have done, so my bad there. So Crusader Kings 3 will probably come after the Rome campaign. I think that's the basics of what I wanted to cover there. Depending on how the Rome remastered game is made, I might want to put out some videos about modding it, because Rome, well actually Shogun and then Medieval, were the first games that led me into like modding for myself, and as you probably seen through a number of my Let's Plays, I do enjoy modding, and I've always wanted to make a series on like how to mod type thing, and I thought, well, depending on how the new game is made, I might know a little bit about it, and there's not going to be necessarily stuff out about it straight away, so I'll look into it. We might end up doing that, because let's just get onto the campaign map. Whoa, that's loud. Hoping that's just loud in my ears. Obviously I'll be able to fix this in post. So actually, I don't have a Premiere, not just on this PC, but on the other one, because where I bought it from, it turned out it was a school copy somebody shouldn't have sold me. I just want the full campaign map. Oh, that's no good. I'm spoiled by Paradox Games. Right. No, actually, while I'm on this page, before we get onto the modding, historically, like back when I was a little kid playing this originally, I used to play the Juilliard because it seemed the right thing. By the time Rome was this size, to be honest, I don't think it was ever the particular shape it is here. It's not completely accurate, but the idea of a Juilliard. The people you were supposed to think you were was Julius Caesar coming up here and conquering Gaul and coming back, and that's how I used to play it. If I wanted a different campaign, I would probably jump over to the Scipii and fight the Carthaginian. I didn't really ever play as a Brutii, but I'm curious. I'd like you guys to comment below if you are interested in seeing a campaign. I wonder how many of you are going to be able to tell when I've had to, like, redo lines multiple times and then just, like, God, no, I will get it out. I'm interested in which campaign you would like to see being played. My guess is we're going to start with one of these three. I'll be playing a Roman campaign. Usually I try to avoid the ones that everyone else will be doing, but for Rome coming back, I was so disappointed with Rome 2. Rome 2 just wasn't what I wanted. And this, from what I've seen from the Many a True Nerd video, the remastered of this anyway, I'll even be playing it with all the modifications on. Although I might do the same as John did from Many a True Nerd. There was one feature which they seem to have taken out, which I also thought was a good feature, that your population came from the towns, so you couldn't just constantly train troops, and it looks like on the remastered they removed that, or they made it standard unit scales, but I like to play with big units, because I've always thought that there was too many troops on the map in Rome, so I like the idea of bigger ones so it limits the amount of them. Medieval 2 actually did a better job of that, just because you had less money. But the stacks of armies, to me, get too large. They're larger than legions. I would liked that up to have been like half the size that they were. So like there was only a 10 stack, and then the legion became like between 1,000 and 1,500 or something like that. But anyway, and then you ended up with too many stacks as well. But forgetting that, I would like to know which one of these three, if you guys used to play the game, or you have played the game before, which ones you used to play, which ones you used to sort of like identify as, I guess. And also which ones you would like to see. My understanding is Rome, to fight all the barbarians, we fight here. Scipio will be fighting down here, and I may make a rush towards Egypt, try and wipe out the Carthaginians. Actually, no. Playing as the Rome, as the Julii, I'll definitely take northern Greece. Not Greece. I'm leaving that in. Northern Italy. And head out towards Gaul. We might head down the Dalmatian coast, because this to me is like a Brutii or Julii. Whoever goes for it can grab it. I think they're good territories. So obviously not going down all the way down to Epirus area, but down the Dalmatian coast. Julii taking this at least down to here, so that makes sense, because then this becomes like your bay, your area, to train your notes. But basically, northern Italy into France, Spain, and we may get a campaign against the British. If we play as the Scipii, the game will probably be secure the islands, and by the islands I'll actually do mean as well Palma, Majorca, whichever one this is meant to be, the Balearics, Sardinia, Corsica. Obviously Sicily would have to do, but Sicily to start that'd be a war with either the Greeks or the Carthaginians from the start. And you go after rebels first. Why go after a coordinated group of cities before you can just go after individual ones? But also there are Crete, Rhodes, I believe, is a separate island, and also Cyprus, which are all islands that I'd like to take. As for Scipio, I want to rule the waves. Scipio will be like a British rule Britannia type of campaign, and from there, taking the coastline. I don't necessarily want to go inland. If I play for Scipio, I like to take the coast of Africa and the coast of Iberia. Might go inland depending on how the troops build up. I like the idea of controlling the seas, having the army sort of like as marines going. That's how I used to play the Scipio when I played there. Now the Brutii campaign. If we was to play as a Brutii, my plan would probably be from here. I believe the Senate's going to give me the first mission to take Epirus area, and from there we will race to take the Dalmatian coast. And this to me is good starting rock, because this is, again, these are rebel towns. Going further south after taking your Epirus is fighting the Greece or the Macedonians. So I'd control this area and then we'd be straight into slogging with the Hoplites. And from there, it'd probably be a slog all the way through Greece, all the way through Asia Minor, down and round, and into Egypt this way. I might try and, obviously I can't avoid using navies completely as the Brutii, because we have to jump from the Italian peninsula to Greece, over to Asia Minor. We probably gonna have to use navies step. But I like the idea of sort of just pushing with the armies that way. So that's the plan for this. Actually, I'm just going to jump into a Goes of Brutia because that's over that side. I don't want the video. Yeah, I called it Epirus, but it's Apollonia. Really, I can't zoom out anymore. God, I have been spoilt by other games. What did I come in for? Oh, one sec. I need cheats to do what I want to do. I'm not playing. I just want. Crap. You have to change in any file, don't you, for Rome cheats? To enable the cheats, just hit the tilde key, or the tab key, and stand quick keyboard. Okay, it's not saying that I have to do that, so let's... Well, I'm going to need to get to the right page before I actually do this, so I just want Fog of War gone. Adjust the height of the seabed. I didn't know that was a cheat! Right, so let's see, it should be the tilde key. Okay, so, the Rome shell is there without modifying the game. And it's, God's sake, I should remember this. It's a debug code, it's not a cheat. Turn on. Go. So, Fog of War. There we go. Tilde key is what I meant to return to the game. Okay, I still can't zoom out, but at least we have this map here to work with. While I'm in here, some of the things that I used to mod in was trying to get extra civilizations. So I never liked, like, Athens. To be an independent city in this game, you basically had to be rebels. I don't like the idea of Athens as rebels, because they should be able to theoretically negotiate with people. So... Was it this game where I modded in the extra civilizations? I can't remember, for God's sake. But... I can't even remember why I came in on the cheats just to show this, but... I'll have to have a look in post. I'll have to figure out a way of editing this without the Adobe products as well. So I'm guessing Kdenlive Live's going to be getting installed. I need to learn how to use it. Just like I need to learn how to use GIMP, because I'm used to using Photoshop Elements. I don't even really use Photoshop much. I used to use Photoshop for like an automated process, because it had the ability to export datasets as layers. So when it came to making the thumbnails, I could make the one thumbnail and then just go, right now, spit out 200 of them with numbers. Yeah, separate civilizations, or at least for Greek cities. Like Syracuse, Sparta, Athens. Like, the idea that Sparta is the Greek capital. No, Sparta would have been the holdout. If you would have given Athens as the Greek capital, that would have made more sense to me, because then it's like, oh no, it's just like the Greek cities. They're not actually together, they're just working together. But Sparta had a habit of holding out against being part of like the homogenous Greekness. And to be honest, the Macedonians are actually the united Greek cities. They're the ones that fell under the sway. But my history not brilliant. My history also coloured by games, where history not brilliant. Guess what? These was two separate cities, but no. Okay, so these would actually be taking on... So as for Scipio campaign, most likely my route would be, because obviously these islands are all already taken, I would probably actually build up my army in Capua, go down to Crete, Rhodes. Ooh, and you're held by the Egyptians already. Oh, anyway, that's two cities that I can get that are rebels. You're Iberian already, aren't you? Yeah. I guess we could get Magna... sorry. Lepidus Magna? I'm trying to remember. You aren't a terrible city either. Now, at the start of the game, though, Carthage doesn't actually have that much. I know this is sort of cheating me looking around, but it's information that I should already know because I should remember from playing before. I'm pretty sure this is the mission that the Rome will give you. It'll tell you to take Syracuse as Scipio. But I would probably go... Forget what I said before. If we play the Scipio campaign, we are going ball to the wall against Carthage from the start. If we play the Julii campaign, we'll rush round to take these rebel cities. We'll try and get a navy on this side, so Antirinium will probably... there's no navies for us on that side. What I was thinking is to try and quickly take these... I mean, this place apparently doesn't even have walls. So we'll go for 1, 2, 3, 4 sort of like rebel cities first, and then it's... Oh. That starts off as... I'm assuming that the Gauls will get that before I had any chance. Marseille is probably even a bit of a push. But yeah, so take these 4 and then try finish off northern Italy, and from there finish off the Gauls. That'd be our sort of like first point to call for a Julii campaign. And as Brutii, it'll be 1, 2, 3... Probably wouldn't be terrible taking these 2 as well, depending on the armies that we have. Because we're always going to, as for Brutii, when we take Apollonia, we're always going to want an army here. Because any of these guys could come and get it. So depending on how large an army we end up needing and losing for Salona and Segesta, they might come up here and see who hasn't taken that, but Dacia or the Germans are probably going to have taken them. So that'll be the starting plan there, and then from there on, we might actually, before going to Firmonon and actually starting the war proper against the Greeks, we might run round to take Athens. And that's rebels, but that's Greeks. See, it was probably choice for balance, not giving all these cities to the Greeks, but it just seemed wrong with me anyway. But that'd probably be our Brutii campaign. And I sort of just want to play, it's a month away. Do I just start playing a normal Rome game? Anyway, this is going to be it's supposed to be a quick video. I've no idea how long I've been recording. Off the map. Okay, I've been recording, it says an hour, but that's going to have a lot of taken out for the cuts that are going to be there for the coughs, so... Actually, probably not a bad gauge, this. We're not quite at the hour mark yet. I'll probably be okay trying to record for about an hour sitting. So this update video might be on the short side of what individual episodes could be, and I'm hoping I might be able to get to the point where I would love to get a couple of episodes out a week. 1 XCOM, 1 Rome, hopefully 1 City Skyline as well, just as a starting point to get me rolling again. Oh yeah, and my test card is up, but not because my test card's actually there, just because it's my desktop background. Run away. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time that we have for today. As always, I'd like to thank you for watching, but unfortunately I'm going to have to say goodbye. Goodbye.